missing a piece. Need the antenna.
Oh.
It's in that bag. It says do not bend. That'll help. Just pick whatever ear you want.
Yeah, I should be able to hear it.
Or both ears.
Yeah.
Hey, Florencia.
Yeah, Joe.
Just go ahead and start showing the game. Just go ahead.
Sorry.
That's all right. We're streaming, so go ahead and get your camera ready.
Yeah, I can hear now.
You hear a bunch of wind?
Yeah, I can hear myself now too.
Cool. There you go.
What controls, like, can I turn it down or?
Yeah, that controls the volume.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
All right, folks, we are finally officially ready to do this broadcast thing as right away Team Gray gets a chance. Looks like Kyle Gallagher makes a stop. Joe Hutzler with you tonight, and what we think, or really what has to be, our last broadcast of the calendar year, as we've got one final intra-squad men's soccer scrimmage, Team Red, Team Gray. We've got assistant coach, former player Ryan Bakunis down the field. He's mic'd up, and he'll be giving us some insight as the match goes on tonight. The plan is to have 3 30-minute periods. Still 90 minutes, but 15 minutes less during each playing segment, obviously, with a couple breaks in between. As you know, players have not had opponents to go up against this year, so these moments are crucial, not just in terms of seeing what the players, of course, are capable of, but more importantly, you got to be aware that they may not be able to go 45 minutes and play at their best. It's not about the ability, it's about the quality at this point. So that is the plan for this evening, and I will do my best to get all the numbers and names right. I want to thank Coach Henkel and Coach Bakunis for getting me the information earlier in the day, the rosters for the red and gray squads. It's also a very chilly, windy evening. You can't tell it by looking at the players. They're tough, short sleeves, wearing their shorts. But everyone else that's not playing, we are bundled up as much as we possibly can be, and finding out that being masked up is a benefit as it covers half our face. So I'll certainly take that as an advantage. Here's Luke Mega, shaded by Nick Foley. And a cross that is pumped out of play and will be our first corner of the match. There's that wind we were talking about, and here is the corner kick. And it's a bit off target, and you start to wonder as we feel the wind blowing in from kind of that direction, that back by the Hornet statue across the field. If that played a factor in the accuracy of that kick, it will be a factor on anything that's long this evening. We'll talk more with Coach Bakunis about that in just a moment. But first and foremost, Bailey Kearns gives way to Ben Mackey. Here's Michael Zhang. A pretty balanced sheet of at least the prior talent that we know about between Team Red and Team Gray. Of course, that's what the coaches are going to try to do when they're handpicking the rosters. Carl McIninch. Now Carter Averett. And played back to Griffin Phillips. Five minutes gone by in the first period. Team Red has had the best chances to this point, getting 2 balls on Gallagher. Team Red with the only corner kick. Dangerous pass across the 6. Kearns gets it out to the 18 with Zhang covered by Averett. And stepping in, back inside, and Gray's back line will go to work. Trying to clear it, and they do. Patrick Bukunis, long lead pass ahead. Chasing it down is Saeed Osman. But Gallagher gets there first and clears it away. Saeed joining the group this season. Of course, talking about Hussein and Abibi Osman, who are already with the program. Abibi is not playing this evening, but he is here, of course. Phillips takes his time. Finds a nice lane to connect with Mega. ODAC Rookie of the Year last season. Hoping to build off of that in the spring. If you missed it on social media, the ODAC did release a statement about the intent to play in the spring semester. It's good news for everyone involved, especially here at Lynchburg, where we have been practicing. We have been playing these types of scrimmages since August, staying in session, in school, and making ourselves better for the spring semester with the intentions of playing, of course, and at least within the conference. That is the plan starting in January. More information at lynchburgsports.com and on the official website of the ODAC, odaconline.com. Joey Daly, nice win against Zhang. Pushes outside. This is Mega working on Seth Dale. Mega's cross, not going to work. Dale will kick it away. All right, we played about just 7.5 minutes. I want to bring in Coach Ryan Bukunis to the broadcast for the first time. First things first, Ryan, let's make sure you can still hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you, Joe.
Awesome, there he is. Some people might not want to hear that voice, but we're going to bring it to him anyway, right? I got a question about not the intentions, but the goal from the coaching staff for tonight's match. Obviously, there's been some inter-squad stuff going on with regular practices. Back in the Hornet Cup, there was one event like that, but it wasn't full field. So what are the expectations? What are the goals this evening?
We kind of just wanted to reward the guys with, it was a pretty tough fall considering all the COVID stuff. The guys had to deal with a lot of stuff, injuries, guys being quarantined, all that good stuff. Just not to mention the fact that, it's just been a long season, and to not play anybody. So we just wanted to give them another chance to. We had a 7v7 game, which was a good experience for them, and then now we just wanted to reward them with a little 11v11 action to give them a little taste of what to expect in the spring. We're just looking forward to seeing guys get action in 11v11 and in a more of a competitive setting than just training.
So we'll try to let the wind die down. Of course, Ryan's on the field, so it's a little bit windier down there. It is up here, but when it comes to the rewarding them with 11v11, was there any type of atmosphere? Was there trash talk today once they knew what the teams were between themselves?
100%. Knowing how our program's been, at least since I've been here, and I'm sure Coach Hinkle could attest to the program in years past. There's always a lot of trash talking going on, especially when we do inter-squad scrimmages. So Team Red was actually talking the most smack. So part of me was hoping that Team Gray would come out here and kind of smack Team Red in the mouth a little bit to start. Hasn't really gone either way so far, which is good. We're just hoping for a competitive atmosphere, and it always, especially because they've been playing against each other for the past 3 months. So things tend to get a little more heated when you're not you're not giving your opponents all that energy. You're just giving it to each other. So,
Right.
but it's good. We want our guys to be competitive, and we want them to compete every day, and that's kind of what this group's done in the fall season.
Yeah, once I asked the question, I thought it was a pretty dumb one. Knowing the makeup of this program, there's definitely going to be some smack talk back and forth. You mentioned obviously Team Gray hoping to come out and do some big things early because of that, but also you kind of alluded to the balanced nature of the game so far. How tough was it for yourself and Coach Henkel, maybe even Coach Yeager, getting involved with making this roster and trying to keep it pretty balanced on both sides?
The main goal was to make it balanced, and obviously it's tough because this is one of the most talented teams we've had, at least since I've been here, and this is my 6th year in the program. As Team Gray's getting in on a goal right here.
Yes, they are. Ayat Muhammad plays it back. There's your brother Patrick Bakunis, and it's blocked by Phillips.
Well defended. But yeah, so we just wanted to we wanted to make it more balanced, just so it wouldn't be just a slaughter fest out here. We wanted the guys to compete. Once they get a few goals scored, guys stop competing and stuff like that. But we also wanted to give it a little bit of a kind of looks and combinations we might want to see in the spring, because that's what everything we're building towards. I know you mentioned earlier the ODAC released a statement about wanting to do fall, spring, and winter sports, which is exciting. I think it'd be awesome if they can make that happen, which is the plan right now. So yeah, we kind of mixed and matched some guys that we might see a little bit more in the springtime.
Well, hopefully you guys as a coaching staff can see what you're hoping to see at the end of the night tonight. But more importantly, as Coach Bakunis just said right there, and thank you again for hopping on. We'll talk to him in just a few moments as Red has their best chance of the evening. The main hope is of course rewarding the guys and letting them just at the same time feeling themselves out. They've done all the work so far, so let's see if their confidence meets their own personal expectations to this point. Certainly looks like Team Gray has answered the smack talk, at least in terms of chances so far. Give Gallagher and Red some credit too for holding off those 3 charges that we've seen to this point. We've played over 10 minutes in the first half, 17:48 to go. And, well, I guess it's to say period. We are playing 3 30-minute periods this evening. And in control at the moment, Cody Sevilla. Muhammad tried to get it outside, but too many red shirts, and now they're in control and on the move. Mega outside with Muhammad. Clean steal. Nice work from 4 in Gray. A ball that's played straight and actually stayed straight in the wind. Saeed back for Sang. Kunis blanketed there by Hussein Usman. Now it's Kern slowly working their way up this time. We've seen Gray twice kind of go for that quick breakaway opportunity. And now they're being more methodical about it, trying to get as many of their shirts in the offensive third. Michael Zhang. Now he's going to go deep, try to tip one over the top. And it's too strong. Easy one for the senior Kyle Gallagher to take control of. Touch. 15 minutes to go on a breezy, to say the least, evening in Lynchburg, Virginia. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's action, the final piece of action before the end of the semester. A big congratulations to everyone involved with making this semester happen, both athletically and academically. This was a large undertaking initially in August. A lot of people doubted the ability to make it this long without a large outbreak, and I think the most we ever got was about 48, students and staff combined that were quarantined, which is a fairly large number on a small campus, but was not enough to reach that threshold to leave. And after that initial outbreak, things got back to more of the level that we wanted to see, about 2 or 3 per week. So well done by everyone involved, the students for adhering to the rules, and of course the administration for believing in the science and the pieces of information they were putting out. And now we're one step closer to action against some opponents from other schools, from other places in the country, and in some cases even some Division I opponents, just to make sure that we're playing someone we know has been tested and they're all clear before they hop out on the field. Of course, if you're a fan of soccer, you know at least in the ACC, they've had their tournament over the weekend. A big shocker, in my opinion, with Florida State defeating UNC on the women's side. And the men's side got started the day after. Admittedly, I did not watch any of those, so apologies for not knowing what the results were there. Maybe, Ryan, do you know the results of the ACC men's tournament?
Actually, I've paid attention a little bit to some regular season games. I have not paid attention really to the tournament. I'm kind of interested to see how it goes, though.
Yeah, it's been it kind of caught me off guard that we had some tournament action this time of year, because obviously Division III and Division II aren't doing those things. But not just soccer, but we had an SEC volleyball tournament over the weekend as well. So some Division I places that could test were able to play other schools. Not the case here, but a lot of schools did not have the confidence to do what we have done at Lynchburg, and I think that the Hornets are going to benefit from that come January and February, when all of our winter, fall, and spring sports get started. Right now, it looks like January 23rd is the first date of competition for men's and women's basketball. The ladies will play here inside Turner Gymnasium in a warm area that we can dream about right now against Guilford College, and the men's basketball team will open up on the road. There will of course be releases as the weeks go by on these schedules. We'll keep you up to date, so please be sure to follow us on social media at Lynchburg Sports and bookmark our website, lynchburgsports.com. Here's Team Red. A great chance that misses wide, sliding in to take that opportunity, Hussein Usman. And I cannot help but think about last year, Coach Bakunis. He had a couple of chances like that against opponents that he was just so close, Hussein was, to scoring, and just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, you know, we've been talking about the Osman boys. Something about it might be a Charlottesville thing, but when they get in front of goal, I guess, I don't know, they might get nervous or something, because we've been giving Saeed a hard time too about it, because we've been trying to get them to work on their finishing, but you know, hopefully by springtime they'll get it figured out.
Yeah, we certainly, they got time. There's no doubt about that, and hopefully no one from Seaville takes offense to that comment, but I don't think they will. I think they're pretty tough-skinned people over there. But yeah, so Red with their best chance, and it comes away with nothing. So we're still scoreless. Just a few ticks under 11 minutes to go, and Foley slides in to keep Averett from taking control of that one. And Coach Bakunis is not going to chase after that ball. We're going to go get the ample supply behind the net for Kyle Gallagher. And we'll bring it here near side with Averett, part of a freshman group that, whether intentional or not, got a good bit of playing time last year and did a good job. Averett getting a few goals, Robles getting some, Obviously, we know what Luke Mega was able to do. And we've got a newcomer to the pitch. It's number 36 in red, Nick Musameki. New face overall to the program. And a Michael Jordan timeout for Zach Whelan. Got to get down there and tie those shoes and think about some things in the midfield. And they got a wide open midfield to Team Gray. Zhang looking ahead, wants to go long, connects with Patrick Vacunis. Vacunis outside, dancing around and chipping one that's too wide was Muhammad. There's Syed Usman, the third of the crew. Good pressure by Vacunis on Auger, forced to go back to Gallagher, and we can see the wind playing a factor. Gallagher let that one rip. He's got enough strength to get to midfield normally, but the wind blew it back to him, and at the same time, don't know if you can see it just yet, but just ripped off, not off, but ripped part of the zip ties that are holding down the banner across the field. The University of Lynchburg banner have come up, so we'll keep an eye on that and hope that it stays at least partially intact. It happens at least once a year, this time of year. Always happens. I'll text Coach Kadelka. He'll rush over here, put it back, and be ready to go tomorrow. Meanwhile, Ben Mackey setting up a free kick, our first free kick of the period, and he misses it high left. While I've got one of our coaches mic'd, I want to ask this question, Ryan. On those free kicks, is it predetermined what Mackey's going to do, or does he have some free will?
We kind of give him free will. Usually if it's about 25, 30 in, most teams, including us, we expect usually a shot there. It kind of depending on what they do with the wall. Usually it's a 4 or 5 man wall when it's that close in. If Ben sees that maybe the keeper's cheating a little bit to the wall side or behind the wall side, he'll just hit it to the keeper side and try and beat him that way. But we trust our guys like Ben and Luke Mega and some of the other guys that take free kicks that they're going to make the right decision, and usually they put it on frame or they get a good chance out of it.
Thank you, sir. That's the kind of knowledge we're looking for, kind of knowledge I need during the regular season. We'll try to keep it for the spring. Meanwhile, good opportunity for Red, sliding out and holding on, though, is Noah Gregory. Makes a clean sweep of it, and Gray will go back to work. Each team having some set pieces to this point, some shots near the keeper, none that have really took them off their line and made them work super hard. But you can sense that it's building up as we've got 6:49 to go in the first period. Might bode well for the second period, as not only have the teams kind of figured out their opponents, but they're learning more about each other and where each are going to be. Kearns that time in the way of the pass. Vacunis gets tripped up. And Coach Yeager quick to say gray ball. And a free kick. Auger and Vacunis disagreeing on that moment. I won't bring in Ryan because I think he's going to side with Auger.
Yeah, Auger was calling him soft on that one. That's kind of what I was alluding to earlier about guys getting competitive in the heat of the moment with each other. So it's pretty normal here, which is a good thing. We think we want them to get after each other, and that's how the whole team gets better.
Well, you got to practice your trash talk too. In addition to your skill, you got to put your best mouth forward too, so that when the real opponents come in, you can have your best material ready to go for them. And admittedly, sometimes the officials, but we try to keep that one as PG as possible. Just one official out there tonight, at least in the middle of the field. That's Coach Yeager. And he looks on as Saeed Usman picks it up just outside the box. Takes it in himself, looking for a crosser, and it's deflected out of play, and it should be a corner for Team Gray. It is. This is their first of the period with just a few ticks under 5 minutes remaining in the first 30 minutes. So Ben Mackey will trot over, as we're accustomed to seeing from the senior, to take this corner. We'll see if he has better luck than Team Red did. If he goes high, he will. He'll curl it in, and it goes off the crossbar. The wind certainly helped out there for Team Red playing defense for them. Otherwise, Nick Foley might have a better chance at using that noggin for more than getting A's on tests. Robles, look at that ball come back. And Mother Nature, undefeated, continues that streak. And all you can do if you're Carter Raven is just, what? I was open. It was a good initial kick to me. Auger to the middle. Robles heels it back. Picked up by Hussein. And a good dropper in there for Averett. Now back to Hussein. Played here to Whelan. Chips it in. And I don't know if Brennan Lagana was ready for it as it happened, or maybe it was just a bit too strong. And Gregory makes it look easy in that moment. 3:10 to play. Dangerous with the wind the way it is. It's going to be a giveaway. Well, only for a moment. Kern's able to play it off the chest hop that Hussein had. And that's too strong for Saeed. So Red will get it back. 2.5 to go. Chested down and now sent forward. Robles looks left and looks right. Has put more space in the middle for Whelan. Just gets it there. Dale tosses in. Phillips kicks it right back where it came from. Mackey with a quick 180. Spins it around. Seconds to go in the first period. Still scoreless. Each team with a couple good chances. A couple corner kicks, free kicks. A little bit of everything, as balanced as the coaches wanted it to be. As Averett tries to dash through the defense and the wind hitting him in the face. Tussle at the 18, and Gray wins it momentarily. Now Red will take it back. 65 seconds remaining. Daly plays it for Whelan. Chips it outside. Newsom-Mekki will take it there. Sends it low. Sent right back by Foley. Stepped into by Auger. Plays it short. Robles. Nowhere to go but back. Back an inch. Into Daly and Gregory with nice sure-handed play. Didn't let a rebound fall to the foot of a Red attackman. 26 seconds to go. Zhang goes all the way to that far corner of the box. 13 seconds remaining. Muhammad one-on-one and was denied by Joey Daly. Muhammad now just putting it inside, hoping for a chance, and a save by Gallagher right at the horn. Just to add more fuel to that fire of the Usmans not able to finish. And it is going to be a scoreless game after 30 minutes. Coach Bukunis, let's bring you in real quick. First and foremost, how much time are you giving the guys between periods?
It'll probably be about 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. So we know we got that long before we head into the second period. Your initial thoughts from what you saw from your point of view down there on the sideline?
I think it's a great level. Guys are competing. Obviously, the weather's making it a little bit difficult to hit those longer passes. We saw Ben try and hit across the field ball that he normally can hit any day of the week, and guys are having to adjust to that. But obviously, chances on both sides. So I think Team Red kind of came out and was on their heels a little bit more than they thought, which is good. So I'm just looking forward to watching the game.
All right, man, thank you so much. We'll be back with you for the second period, and you as well at home. We'll be back in just a few minutes on LHSN. All right, we are back at Schellenberger Field in Lynchburg, Virginia, and ready for the second period of action between Team Red and Team Gray of the men's soccer program. Joe Hutzler riding solo with you on the mic in the booth, but not on the mic overall. If you tuned into the first period, you heard assistant coach and former player Ryan Bukunis on the program as well, so we'll certainly bring him back in to chat about things he sees and get more insight into the program overall as the match continues. We'll also see a few new faces for both sides, and we'll make sure we give them their ample amount of time, their name said, their number called, all those lovely things. I see Jonathan Stringfellow out there. Carter Saden just started us off in those neon green cleats. And we're back underway. Of course, each team switching ends. We'll see if that makes a difference with the wind. I will say that from where I stand, the wind is just blowing around in different directions. It's not so much coming straight in from one side, but certainly it is coming from behind Westover Hall, behind Turner Gymnasium, kind of through that gap between Turner and Freer at the moment, if you're aware of how campus is structured, which most of you are. If you are not, and you want to become more aware, there's a nice campus tour for you at lynchburg.edu that you can take before you come here and experience it yourself. Team Red will have our first opportunity in the offensive third. Yusameki back out there again. Here's Luke Mega. Robles being shaded by Pecunis and forced to go back to Phillips. Ball slowed up a bit on the intended target. It was Davis Hallman who's in the game for the first time. Tough position. 3 red around that ball. They're able to take it away. And they want to come near side. Picking that one off is Stringfellow. Slams on the break. Throws it back. Or rolls it back, I should say, to Mackey. Mackey steps into that fortuitous opportunity. And Mohamed goes far side on top of the net. And we'll have a goal kick. 2 other keepers on the squad tonight. Tossing back and forth on the far side of the field. Don't know if they're going to be coming in soon, but they're doing all they can to stay warm. So when the time arises, they can come in. We're talking about Kyle Rabley and Justin Ennis. Of course, it is an inter-squad scrimmage. It is being broadcasted. Everyone will get a chance to showcase their stuff tonight. And what's really cool, and we'll try to show this to you later on the broadcast, is the amount of people that have showed up on the Westover Hall balconies to check this out. Not so much Lynchburg Sports doing of letting people know this was happening, more of the men's soccer pages, but we've got 4 balconies and 3 of them. I have some folks on with all the winter gear they have and some blankets for good measure, checking out tonight's action. We actually have some older folks on the near side where we are as well, some parents and maybe who might be taking some people home tonight. Who knows? Certainly could be the case, as today is the official last day of classes, reading day, if you will. Get ready for exams that start tomorrow, and certainly if you have exams that are all online and you can go home early, do it. There was no fall break this year, no other breaks before this one, so might as well go ahead and go home and get yourself prepared for filling your bellies next Thursday for Thanksgiving. At least that's what I'm thinking of. Brian, I gotta bring you in on that one, man. What's on the menu for next week? What do you always look forward to?
Obviously you got to go with the turkey. Get the mashed potatoes in, some greens. Not sure what greens yet, but can't forget the greens. And Patrick, my brother that's playing right now, he was trying to get my mom to cook some mac and cheese this year. So we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up with that.
Well, I certainly, as someone who always gets a chance to have some mac and cheese on Thanksgiving, hope that you guys, or at least he gets what he's hoping for, as Gray was not going to get the goal that time. Good chance at it. Gallagher stepping in front and keeping it away from the fortuitous foot of Josiah McCaskill. I can't argue with anything that's on the menu there for the Pecunis's. I will say that I'm a big fan of stuffing. I'm always looking forward to Mom making some of that as Red is offside. I'm going to do my part as usual, try to make some dessert. I don't know what to make yet. Could go traditional pumpkin pie or maybe something a little more fancy, like a ginger snap cheesecake or something, but I'll figure it out. Gray's got a good chance here to figure out a way to break this tie. McCaskill outside to Pecunis. Finds Zhang just outside the 18. He's going to rip one. It bounces into the hands of Gallagher. 6 minutes in to the second of 3 periods tonight. Saying periods, 3 periods, and being out here all bundled up, making me think of hockey. Carter Saden sprints in, chips one, and Gregory assures there's no rebound opportunity for Musameki. Bergen Campbell, a part of that brother, family, sibling legacy here at Lynchburg. Not just with men's soccer, but a lot of our teams have that distinction. Men's lacrosse is a big one as well. Even had some cross-team legacy going on with Kelsey Trevison and Brooks Poley, who are cousins. Men's and women's lacrosse.
Carter, get it. Carter, get it.
Joey Daly knew what he was doing with it right away as Red brings it to the other side. Tough spot here, Saden with good pressure. And Gregory just does give it away. Phillips played forward, too far for the outstretched foot of Whelan. Muhammad. Pressure came from Hallman. And Muhammad does a great job of chasing that ball down, keeping it in play, even with the wind not in his favor. McCaskill to the corner. It slows up, but not enough. And will be a goal kick for the Red Squad. And bring Coach Pecunis back in here. Looking at some of these names, of course, for someone like myself, a lot of newbies on the field. Certainly now more than there was in the first period. Anybody in your mind that has stood out, has done a good job, has kind of impressed over these past few months for the coaching staff?
This freshman class, and I think a lot of the upperclassmen would agree with me, is really impressed everybody. Obviously, you got Zach on the ball right here as a center mid. We have Monzi Shalita, who's unfortunately injured right now, but he was super impressive early on. Obviously, you got Saeed and Nick up top who can take people on and be dynamic going at people. You know, you got some newcomers in the back like Enrique. You got Luke Boyce transfer, Justin Ennis transfer, keeper, and then outside back has I think that's Kyle down.
Yeah, it looked like when that ball came in, Muhammad came across and accidentally may have clipped the back of Gallagher's head with his foot, but it seems to be okay at the moment.
Yeah, but so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys that and then Brennan coming in up top, who's another one that's been really good. So obviously we got guys that can come in and play right away, which is good for not only them, but it pushes our upperclassmen to, you know, chance on goal possibly.
Muhammad by himself. Didn't have any help. Gallagher came across just to make it a little bit tougher decision. But Gray still has the upper hand. Ben Mackey, that's going to spot the leg. Cold as it is, that might hurt a little bit more than usual. It's going to sting for sure. As Gray trying to ramp up the intensity, take advantage of the moment. Coach, we'll put it back to you, but knowing that things could get exciting here.
Yeah. As we got another breakaway as I get brought in.
3-on-2 at the time being. Pecuna's trying to chase down Mega. Plays it outside for Satan. He's onside. He cuts it back. He lost it. And now it's going to be played back to the 6 for Gregory. And I think it's going to be a corner for Red. A bit sloppy inside the box for Team Gray, but they survive for now.
Well done by Foley to recover there. Slow the counter. On counters like that, we just tell them to keep dropping. And then around the probably 25, 30-yard mark, you got to make a decision, either step and force them away or go make a tackle. And Foley did a good job. He forced a pass and then obviously deflected the ball away from Carter before he was able to get a shot off.
Now he'll want to play some defense on this corner for the red team, their second of the match. Daly curls it in, and it comes all the way near side of the box and cleared out by Stringfellow for Team Gray. Red going right back inside, though, looking for Saden. There's Lagana playing it tough on Pecunas. Lagana will get it back here. Roll back to Phillips. Red sensing this is the moment for them. Coming in is Daly, crossing one up top. Gregory will hold on, taking down a teammate with him. And Foley gets up okay behind the play. Now it's Gray's turn, trying to use some of that speed. Muhammad had it rolling and decided, you know what, we'll come back, regroup. We'll go at it again. He can't do much. Hallman blanketing him from behind. Speaking of blankets, got some ladies down in front pulling out some dominoes and blankets. Perfect combination, but you better eat it fast. That blanket's not going to do much to keep it warm in this weather. Bergen Campbell plays for Pecunas. Stopped here by Stringfellow. Tough one for Zhang to get, but he does. Nice takeaway from Robles, who had the advantage running in on that. It's been a great battle here tonight, as the coaches predicted when they made the rosters. Reds had the advantage the last few minutes, and they keep it going. Robles just wants to shoot one strong, hoping for maybe a rebound or another second chance, but he's wide. And Gregory will kick it away. 16:25 remaining in the second period of 3 that we're going to play tonight. Long ball, McCaskill stops it here for a moment, smartly gives way to Mackey. And now it's Muhammad. Quick one touch on the outside and keep it in. But can Gray keep it in possession? They do. Luke Boyce doing some strong work along that far sideline. Looks like we got our keepers, our second group of keepers slowly making their way in towards the cage. So if that happens at the 15-minute mark, you would assume the game plan is half the game with these guys, half the game with these guys, because that would be 45 minutes overall. That's a stiff breeze blowing in as Team Red has a 3-on-1. Mega by himself pulls it back. And Now it's Wheelan. Feels like a missed opportunity there for the red team with Gray on their heels. But Red still with possession. Robles gained some space. Short one looking for Mega, and Boyce was in the way. That's what it looked like from up here, Coach. What say you on that chance for Red?
Enrique did a good job of, once Luke kind of beat him, he half beat him, he got a little half step on him. Enrique did a great job of recovering, and that's, you know, in the recruiting process, when we were watching Enrique last year, that's kind of what we saw is, you know, he might be able to get beat a little bit, but he's super tough to beat because of his recovery speed, and he was able to catch Luke, who's one of the quickest players on the team, especially with the ball at his feet, and he was able to recover well and kind of force him, push him wide, and kind of stop the chance for Red.
Certainly a tough matchup for anybody trying to go up against Luke Mega. As I mentioned earlier, ODAC Rookie of the Year last season. And just a stellar performer on a year that, you know, was up and down to say the least. Finished well with that upset victory in the ODAC tournament in the shootout fashion. But way too many ties and one-goal games. That certainly will be a point of emphasis come 2021. Just need one more goal in about 6 matches, and record's totally different. Seeding's different, all those things. But that was last year, which for some would like to go back to last year and stay away from 2020. But you know what? Got to keep looking ahead, because it's only going to get better as time progresses. And we'll be back here in similar temperatures come February when the season starts for our fall teams. And we'll be seeing different uniforms then, thank goodness. As a long crosser is in and caught. First time that we will see Kyle Radley tonight. In between the pipes, both keepers previously, both Gallagher and Gregory, did their jobs on the chances they were tested. They stopped the ball. No good real rebound opportunities given up, and no goals given up either. So we're scoreless. Things are heating up a little bit. Not enough for my fingertips, but you know, that's a personal problem. Carter Saden. Now it's Mega near side. Back to Robles in the middle. Directing traffic. Back an inch back for Phillips. Just a few ticks under 12 to go in the second period. And Muhammad all by his lonesome. Red will give it back. Just a heads up, everyone, our Mac computer has given us the dreaded, your computer will start in 5 minutes, whether you like it or not. So in the next 5 minutes, we will lose the stream. But we will get it back as soon as the computer has restarted. Certainly one of the dumbest things ever invented by the smart folks in Silicon Valley. So we apologize for that. Maybe we can get a goal before then. Michael Zhang, nothing doing. Auger steps in front. Boyce picks it up, plays it ahead. Muhammad's there. Something building here for Gray. Pecunis for McCaskill. Too strong on the initial attempt, but McCaskill's going to chase it down the corner. Plays it back for Stringfellow, I beg your pardon. He'll chip it. Looking inside, and it's wide left. That might be our last good chance before the restart. Good work by the crew. Good news is we'll have the entire last period for you. No questions on that. Lots of questions on why that's a thing. I don't get it. We even restarted the computer ourselves before we began the broadcast just to make sure everything was good to go. We've done it. We've done it already. Ugh. 8:49 remaining in the second period. Good play ahead, but too strong for Red. Great pressure by Red, but Gray settles it down and able to send it all the way back toward midfield. Griffin Phillips, seasoned vet at this point. Josh Auger, not so much. Robles had a hat trick last year in his freshman season. In that 10-0 game, and in which they wore these red uniforms. So Robles likes this color. Again, just a quick reminder, any moment the computer is going to restart. So our broadcast will end for the duration of the time it takes for us to pull it back up and get everything settled. We do apologize in advance, but it is out of our control. Corner kick for the Red Squad.
And the way he's looking, which I kind of agree, the way he's looking at it is like, if Oven, like, get a ton of, say we get Zink Oven, get some more time, keep more numbers.
We'll wait till it resets. Okay, good news is, well, two good things. We're back, and you didn't miss anything. A couple good chances, but nobody scored, so thank you for your patience. We, again, apologize on behalf of the descendants of Steve Jobs and all they do. They typically do a great job, but that is one thing, along with the new Bluetooth mouse that you have to buy, where you have to flip it over when it's dead to charge it. You can't keep using it. Huge disappointment. Huge disappointment. Anyway, enough of my personal grievances. Coach Bakunis on the sideline. It is real feel of 36 degrees out there. How do you think the guys are doing in these conditions so far?
You know, I think they're handling it pretty well. I think we saw Kyle Rabley down here make a great save off a corner kick. The ball came in, got whipped in, and it started blowing backwards. He had to tip it out. So I think that's just part of, the guys dealing with it. And, this weather seems tough to play in, but since it's not that hot, not that warm out here, it's, they can run for longer than they're used to.
Well, we will hope that they can hold out for at least 30 more minutes. And as I overheard Aaron Farino on the sideline saying, somebody better freaking score because it's too cold to be out here in this weather. So, I can't disagree with her. I'm hoping the same thing at this point. So who's it going to be? Red, gray, a newbie, an old fart? Let's see. Third period underway. It really has been even. If you've missed anything so far, we do have the DVR ability on the video, so you can go back now if you want. You can wait until the end. Go back and check out at least everything but the last 5 minutes of the second period, because that's when we had the forced restart on our laptop. But each team with about the same amount of corners and free kicks and really good chances. Certainly, we've seen our best work in net with the Team Gray folks. Rabley making a huge stop before we had to step aside. And even Kyle Gallagher doing some good work on the red side early in the game for Team Red. But now it's Rabley and Ennis. And it's Team Red with their first free kick in scoring position. About 20 yards away. Coach Bakunis said earlier in the broadcast, depending on what that wall is doing, you look for a shot here. It's an interesting angle. But it's taken anyway, and right away, Rabley was ready for that. Insider knowledge, when you practice against these guys every day, you have certainly know what is supposed to be coming. Of course, that knowledge will also be why that after today, if you want to watch this game, you're going to have to ask for permission, because I'm sure we will have to make this non-public, so these set pieces aren't shown for scouting purposes for those schools that aren't practicing, aren't playing, aren't, putting in the extra effort to get better now. And they want to be like that squirrel that waits until this time of the year to get the nuts, instead of doing it since August. Chip in here, McCaskill not tall enough. Hussein Usman double teamed, lost it, but Robles is there to pick it up. I apologize if my voice is a little shaky. The cold is finally getting to me. That hot tea I had before the game has completely worn off. Here's Boyce. Did a really good job in that second period when we saw him step in. Nick Foley gets some cheers from the grandstands.
Go at him.
Coach Bakunis tells Hussein to go at him, and Foley welcomed the challenge. Tough position for Kearns to be in. Now it's a giveaway. Hussein plays it back for Whelan, and Hussein. It's a tough line there of giving up on it or just not able to get to it in time. Either way, it's a goal kick for Radley and Team Gray. I think Aaron Farina's cold too. Goodness. That shaky camera work. Ugh. I don't think she heard me, but Ryan will probably tell her. Anyway, Luke Boyce, not going to happen there, but it is going to be a corner for the Gray squad. First time here in this period. I think it's the first time since the first period. Maybe they got an early one. Jake Kilmer, our camera guy up top, is telling me that is correct. I think it's the first time since the first that Team Gray has had a corner. Of course, it would make sense since they've swapped ends each time. It was down here last time we saw them take it, and it was Mackey, and he's doing it again, and holding on in a tough spot is Justin Ennis. Now Team Gray on the attack once more. Mackey chips it off the back of Auger, and they waited more than a period to get their second. They'll have to wait 10 seconds before their second of this period. And Mackey will go again. We'll see if he tries a similar. Nope. Wastes no time getting it to Zhang, who's got space to shoot one, and it rises high and out of play. Smart move from Mackey. The red squad just all getting inside the 6. Left Zhang some space to shoot. I'm bringing Coach Bakunis here real quick. I don't know about you, man, but I can't believe Ben Mackey's already a senior. Can you?
Yeah, I remember when he was a freshman and his brother John was still playing. I'm sure John's listening into this, so he'll be happy that I mentioned him. But those were some good days. We had a lot of success when he was a freshman, and lucky enough for Ben, he's been able to build on the success that he had. And it's crazy to think that he's a senior leader and taking charge of this team. And I'm excited to see what he can do with it come springtime.
As am I, and as are a lot of the soccer fans out there watching tonight. He has been a mainstay since that freshman season, and one main reason why last year there were a few times we, as social media team, made some mistakes listing him as a senior on graphics. We just, he's been here. Seems like he's been here so long, but actually hasn't. He's just been playing for so long. But guys like Ben are going to be, and Griffin, that senior experience is going to play key factors. Certainly if you get close to tournament time, certainly playing in a weird time of the season, to be having a season, unless you played in Virginia in high school, spring is not your season. I mean, that's just not when you play soccer. So those guys will have to be calming voices in some hairy times coming up. Saeed, nowhere to go but back to Nick Foley, another one of those experienced fellas. Good look into Sevilla. There's a whistle, and I guess it was offside. 8.5 minutes gone by in period number 3. Ennis checking out the formation before he lets it rip. Good ball with Hussein pressuring Nick Foley. Hussein has some help from behind. Wheeling there. Averett here. Robles somehow caught up to that. Great speed to pull that away from those two Gray defenders. Crosser headed out by Foley. Rabley with a short kick. Handled by McIninch. McIninch continues to move. Averett picks it up in the corner. Got a Team Gray player down behind the play. It's Michael Zhang. And Coach Yeager wants to stop play for a moment and just give a stretch. That's D3, baby. Coaches do it all. Is this part of the job description, Bakunis?
So that's actually Michael Rendon in the middle.
Oh,
now,
okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah, he ended up switching with Coach Yeager because unfortunately Rendon's been hurt the past couple weeks, but he just got cleared to do some jogging, and he said he wanted to ref tonight. So we were like, of course, man. So he's covering all ground, making calls, and guys are getting mad at him. He doesn't care though. And now he's helping Zhang out, so he's just doing it all tonight.
I think Rendon has got the right temperament to be an official. I really don't think he cares. He makes the call, and that is what it is. But thanks for letting us know. I've been saying it wrong most of the night. I thought it would be weird Yeager not being on his perch on the bench. Now we know that he wasn't. So they're going to work out Michael Zhang at the red line on the turf, and he'll get up, and hopefully all is well. Nothing too serious to worry about in the end. Of course, there is a 2-month break coming up, so that could be good news for whatever that might be. Coach Yeager having a word with the official. Wouldn't be a match without that happening. We've got 19:18 on the clock. So we should, well, looks like we got a throw from the near side corner. For Team Red, 19:18. Remaining in the final period. We started our clock. I don't know folks at the other side of the field haven't started it yet. Coach Yeager's walking over to do that now. Yep. So our clock is a little bit faster than the one in the venue, but don't worry, we'll keep you abreast on all that as need be. Saeed Usman shouldered away by Whelan. Definitely has a size advantage, and he showed it there. Outside here for Mega. Working with Dale, 2 stellar sophomores. Roll back, nowhere to go on the crosser. Now there is one sent in across the 6. Great opportunity, and Red cannot cash in once more. So close. Rabley not having to make a save there, but certainly if that gets played to Hussein in a better position, wide open goal mouth makes it 1-0 Red. Instead, it's like that big fish you had on your hook and your line snapped. You'll never know. You just never know. Good fight in the middle of the field. And now Gray trying to respond in transition. Saeed outside for Boyce. Quickly sliding in there was Auger. And a clean takeaway for the Red defenseman. Now Gray goes again. Kearns plays it inside for McCaskill. He'll work against Auger. And 6 in Red, proving his worth on that back line. Boyce surveys. Quick one touch from Mackey. Gets it back from Saeed. Out to Boyce. And off the leg of Averett, out of play. Third corner of the period for Team Gray. Hoping to break the stalemate here. Once again, Ben Mackey lays it down, hand up. Ball started to move as he went to kick it. It's at the 6 over top off the foot of Enrique Morales. First opportunity we've seen him front and center. And he sends it front, but too high. It was really interesting to see how that played out. I don't know if you could see it on your computer screen or your TV screen, but that ball, when Mackey was coming up to it, it rolled back to him. And in the end, still it became a good chance for Gray. Ever since about lunchtime this afternoon, the wind roared in off those Appalachian hills, and it has stayed all day into the night. 45 degrees, a real feel of 36. These guys are pushing it, staying active so they can stay warm. Boyce with a soft chip. Whelan has space and time to turn and able to clear it out. Boyce stayed right with Hussein to keep it on this end for Gray. Good work by 29. Foley puts it back down here with Saeed. Red has the advantage in numbers. Saeed does all he can, but it is a team sport. Numbers get the win. Hussein outside, gives it back to Averett. Will he give it back to Hussein? He is. For Hussein Usman, chips it across, wide open net, and that time they take advantage from the 6. Hussein, instead of going for the goal this time, plays assist on that one for Lagana. And we finally have a score tonight. It's 1-0. Team Red. Coach Bakunis, from your point of view, what happened there?
Carl Makinich kind of set that one up from right back position. You know, he got forward, probably about a 70-yard run. Put a great ball in for Hussein, who unselfishly cut it back across for Brennan, who just had an easy tap in. A little unfortunate that Radley couldn't get to that, but he had a tough call, and you know, once he commits, he's got to keep going, and he was just unable to get to it, partly due to the ball that Carl played across, and Hussein made the right call by tapping it to Brennan, and it was an easy finish.
Great work by Red. Apologies on my end for saying Averett, not Makinich, on the call. Number 3 in Red, as Coach Bakunis pointed out, got that thing rolling, and Lagana the beneficiary. Second chance Team Red's had in this third period, kind of like that. They just weren't able to make good contact on the previous opportunity. So 13-11 to go. See if Gray tries to push the issue a little bit more here. Worth noting that they've had some good chances in the third. It's not like they've been sitting back for any reason. So I don't know how much more they can give. They're just going to have to make good on the chances or chance they get left. Good ball played in and shot outside though. I believe that was Sevilla, yes it was. Good one-touch passing in the middle. Bakunis, he's going to play it back. Foley near side now for Boyce, just in front of Coach Bakunis and one of our LHSN photographers. Anybody's chance at the 18. It's going to be Auger sending it up high. Sevilla headed it forward. Allman was ready for it. And now Red on the attack. 3-on-4. And finding open room is Saden. Plays it ahead. Does not get through to Hussein. Foley stepping in front. Boyce was there as well. Missed chance for the Red Squad to add some more insurance. The way this game is, as balanced as it is, you'd think a 2-goal lead would be enough to get you to the end with a win. Boyce. Nice pass to Saeed. Makinich steps in. Ennis will clear it out, only for a moment. Gray still has a chance, a good one. Bakunis lines it up, lets it rip, and ushering it out of play is Ennis for a goal kick. Those of you watching at home, I'll tell you something right now. I cannot wait until you're allowed back here. It is awfully quiet, very eerie how quiet it is, even though it is a practice, it is a scrimmage, just not the same. And we don't know where we stand with all that just yet. We do know that the ODAC is committed to playing games. It'll be up to the schools to see if fans are allowed or not, and what capacity. But I know this school will certainly want to have you here. Not too many environments like this one in a normal game day situation. Of course, we will have to discuss the fact that during the last 2 inter-squad scrimmages for both men's and women's soccer, the teams have selected to put their benches on the far side of the field, which is typically where a pack the track takes place. I don't know if that's going to work for the regular season. As anybody knows, it's pretty rowdy over there. I don't know if that's the right place to do that, but it's cool right now. It's an interesting view, certainly at the moment. And we don't miss the donkey being in the way of stuff that we're trying to shoot down in front. Of course, there is a plan to take care of that come the springtime. The Five for the Hive initiative is very committed to having a video board ready to go come the spring semester. So that'll be a huge update when we come back and we have especially, a night game, Shelly under the lights, and a big bright video board. We're slated to be the largest video board in Division III this side of the Mississippi. So you'll be able to tell that it's on. No question about that. But also good news for those of us up here above the field. The only way to get that scoreboard and video board in functioning order is to do the updates to the press box, which means enclosing it and having an HVAC unit and all those other amenities that we take advantage of and take for granted when we're inside Turner Gymnasium. We'll have them up here in the booth area, and that's where all of the technology will be housed to operate the video board. So they got to do that first. And so for someone like myself and everyone else up here with me, Jake Kilmer, Laurencia Moten, we can't wait to come back in February and have have the opportunity to close a door and close a window and take our coat off, even though it's cold, and enjoy it. Good look for Hussein. He's got Mega on the near side wide open. Didn't see him in time, had to deal with Nick Foley's defense. And so it remains 1-0, 6:35 remaining in the third period, the final period. Can Gray get the equalizer, or will Reds Smack Talk pregame come to fruition with a victory? Mega gives it back to Robles, plays it outside for Saden, played it off the inside of his foot, and so played right into the hands, if you will, of Nick Foley. Under 6 minutes to go, Coach Bakunis, I know you're looking at it from a field level point of view, but for Team Gray, are there any adjustments they can make, or is it just continue to go with what you got?
Yeah, so I actually heard, I figured Coach Yeager would try and make some adjustments or try to get them to make their own adjustments. We kind of came into this not wanting to do too much coaching, maybe give them a couple points and then kind of let them figure it out on their own as they get a chance here possibly.
Figuring it out now with Boyce, plays it to Bakunis at the 18, gets some more space, chips it high off the crossbar and out of play. Beautiful opportunity for the Gray squad, but the touch was a bit too strong from Pat. All right, Ryan, you can come back in and say something if you want.
Yeah, I actually think that was a deflection by Justin. That was a great save.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think Gray kind of went into a 3-4-3, try and get some more guys higher up the field. Obviously, that'll leave them exposed a little bit on the counter, so maybe Red would be able to take advantage of that. But obviously, it doesn't matter if Gray loses, 1-0 or 5-0. They got to try and get a goal back as Enrique almost gets a diving header in there.
You mentioned Enrique Morales earlier when I was talking about individuals, and he just got in this third period, and he's making some waves already.
Yeah, he's obviously we want to get in there on corners because they're pretty dangerous in the box, and he's had a couple good chances to put some away. Just getting a little unlucky, but hopefully we'll see a couple more chances from Gray as this game gets closer to the end.
Yeah, 4:10 left. Thank you, Coach. We'll bring it back in at least one more time before we get to the end, or right when we finish up tonight. Gray still applying the pressure. Muhammad goes down behind the play, and Michael Rendon says it's a red ball. Of course, Ennis is going to take his time getting things set up. And from Coach Bakunis' point of view, may have had the biggest save of the night a few moments ago. If he did indeed get a deflection on that shot from Bakunis to send it up into the crossbar. .3:15 left. Mega at midfield. Good pressure from Bakunis. And no one around the pressure here. But Gray is going to have to push the envelope here. They've only got 2:45 remaining. What a ball for Saeed, trying to hop it over to Boyce near side. It's open, but it's wide. Excellent placement from the back line ahead to Saeed. Boyce so close. Give a lot of credit to both these teams coming out here tonight in this weather, putting forth their best effort. Coaches are going to stop the clock now on these chances, so Ennis and company, the keepers can't just run down the clock on these goal kicks. So there's 2:25 to go. And, well, they stopped it, but they didn't start it again. So I don't know how much time's left. Right now it says 2:25. All right, now they're going to start it again. So, yep, clock has begun to roll. And Red trying to roll into a victory, maybe add another goal here. They can also go the route of being conservative and just taking time off the clock, perhaps. But we've seen that come back to bite those teams in the past that do that. Gray will be the aggressor. And here they are again. Sevilla's got help from behind as Kearns steps in to play offense, crossing one off the body of Phillips. .140 to go. Time running out for Team Gray. Foley, Mackey, pushing it ahead. Coming up a little bit gimpy is McCaskill. Not enough to stop play, though. Hussein, double teamed. Ball out of play. Gray will get possession. 65 seconds remaining on a rolling clock. Foul there on Mega. Easy call. Mackey sends it in for Saeed and tipped on the fingertips of Ennis. He holds on. He got there just before 30 in Gray. And so 30 seconds left. Red will do what they can to take more time off this clock and assure a victory. 15 seconds to go. Three, two, and one. The horn sounds, and that'll do it. Team Red gets a goal in the final period to take this one tonight by a score of 1-0. Coach Martinez, before we let you go and endure the post-game conversations in the huddles and warm up a little bit, just first of all, thank you so much for your time. And secondly, what do you think the conversation will be when you guys get down into that office and talk about what you saw tonight?
You know, obviously there's a lot of good things, more good things than bad things, which is always a good thing when you know you have inter-squad scrimmage. Obviously both teams were able to create a good chances. Now it's just looking at what we could have done a little bit better, what maybe a little bit more defensively, what we could have done better since there was a lot of chances. But ultimately, you know, this is a good showing for our guys, and we're just looking forward to be able to play in the spring and, you know, really compete and get after teams. And I think that's what we showed today that we're capable of doing.
Well, we certainly are with you with that anticipation for the spring. Once again, thank you so much. Ryan Pecunis making his debut on the mic, doing a great job. Oh, he's got one more thing to say.
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to Joe and his team, LHSN. They do a great job. Nobody really forced them to be out here today, but kind of asked them to do us a favor. They endured the cold weather and really helped us out today, and we. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out. We probably have the best team in all Division III for sure, possibly Division I. We have a great crew, and obviously that press box will only make them better. So we're looking forward to what they're going to be able to do in the spring. So just wanted to give a quick shout out before I got off of here.
Happy to have it anytime you want. You want to come on here and tell us how good things are going, you let us know. We'll put a mic on you. Thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate your time tonight. Thank you for everybody at home who tuned in. That is kind of why we do what we do. Yeah, nobody twisted our arm. It was a favor, and we were happy to oblige. Of course, we didn't know about the wind. We might have second-guessed that. But You know what? We got through it tonight. Started these gentlemen on the field, those that stuck it out in the stands to watch tonight. This is a passion that we talk about. This is a family atmosphere that we talk about all the time. It's what makes this place so special, and we look forward to having you back on campus in the spring, hopefully, when you can experience it yourself at that time. As far as LHSN's coverage on anything else, we do have another podcast coming out this Thursday. Hope that you enjoy those. Hope that you can tune in to check that out this coming week. It'll be a twofer, 2 interviews, one with 1992 graduate Daryl Dooms, who made a lot of points in that gym for men's basketball. And we'll also have our new director of riding, Philip Williamson, announced this morning as our newest addition to the Hornet family as the director of riding for our equestrian program. Look forward to having him on the show, learning more about him, and you tuning into that 7 a.m. on Friday, wherever you get your podcast. Until then, for the entire crew, Aaron Farina, Jake Kilmer, Laurencia Moten, I'm Joe Hutzler, saying so long from Schellenberger Field. Remember, it's a great day to be a Hornet, and we are one nation.